study. The church is not a building. The church is a people who have been gathered by God and then sent out in mission to the world. The church is not a building. The church is a people, but God's people do need a place to gather. And you see that from the very beginning. So we're told in this story that the people are all together. They spend much time at the temple, and they spend time together at their homes. They need some place to pray together and worship together and study together and serve together. And that's still true of God's people today. I'm particularly thankful on Sundays like this when it's raining outside that we've got a place to gather. A place where we can all be together. A place where we can pray and worship. And this place that we gather is not something that we ought to take for granted because it's come to us as a kind of gift from those who have come before us. Westminster was organized in 1887. I won't ask if anybody was around in those days. I'm guessing not. 132 years ago, 85 people came together and organized a church, a people of God. And the first thing they did was build a little chapel on Fayetteville Road because they needed some place where they could come together for worship and prayer and study and service. 25 years later, in 1912, most of us still not around by then, God's mission needed a little bit bigger building. And so they built a sanctuary and they purchased an organ to lead them in their worship services. In 1957, the church began to feel a sense of God doing something new, and so they purchased this piece of property and they built the chapel. They raised $133,000 to build that chapel and provide a place where we worship for many years. And then in 1986, we were coming up to our 100th anniversary as a church. Again, people felt like God's mission needed a bigger building. It needed more space. And so the church started something called Adventures in Faith. Now, I know many of you were around for that Adventures of Faith. That was 33 years ago. And the church had about 500 people in it. And they raised almost $1.5 million. To build this sanctuary and build the fellowship hall underneath. And this sanctuary and the fellowship hall and the rest of the buildings have served us well. In the last 33 years, since we did that last campaign, Westminster has grown in many ways. We've grown in membership, but even more than that, we've grown in mission. I think we have grown especially there. This church has become not just a place where we gather, but a place where the community gathers, a kind of community center. And that's what we want the church to be. Amy, who does the church calendar, looked, and we've got 37 outside groups who meet at this church on a regular basis. So many mornings I show up at 7 a.m. and there's already a group meeting here, and I might leave as late as 9 p.m. and there's still a group meeting here. I don't know that I've ever seen a better used church facility. And again, that's what we want, but all that use after 33 years does lead to some wear and tear. And so we do think God is calling us now to have this building campaign, building Westminster's place of community. We really want to just do three things. We want to make the sanctuary and the facilities a more welcoming place, a place where we can welcome guests and welcome strangers. And so we need just a few things like handicap accessible bathrooms. I know that may not seem like a big deal to you unless you're in a wheelchair, and then all of a sudden it is. We want to put a side door over there and enclose the breezeway so you don't have to go outside before you come back inside. We need to do some upgrades to our sound system. You may occasionally notice that. We need to put in a hearing loop so people with hearing aids can hear us better. And then just some small things like painting, things that just make this place seem more welcoming to those who come. We've also got some things that are broken and that need to be replaced or repaired. I kind of hate to tell you this, but one of the things that's broken is the pews that you are sitting on. So be a little bit careful when you get up and down. They are made of particle board. And so after 33 years, our particle board is starting to fall apart a little bit. If you're brave, you can get down the floor and look underneath the pews, and we're screwing boards underneath wherever they crack. That's a short-term solution. That's not a good long-term solution. So we know we need to do that. We've got some woodwork that is beginning to rot, and so we know we need to replace that. That's expensive, but the longer we wait, the more expensive it gets, and the list goes on with that. And then our thought is, if we're doing all of this, there are also some ways simply to make this space, the sanctuary, the building, more flexible and function so it supports the ministry that we do now. And then as we do all of that, we also want to give money away. And so whatever we raise, we'll give 10% of that to mission, to benevolence, to organizations outside of ourselves. At first we thought this was going to be $1 million project, but the more we did our homework and the more we got answers and the more we saw possibilities, it grew into a $2 million project. If you own a home, you've not had that kind of inflation, but you know the way those projects go. The good news is that we've got a very generous congregation. And so our goal is to receive 400 gifts or pledges and to raise $2 billion. We've got about 400 families who give annually a pledge to support the mission and ministry of the church, and we're hoping that we can be all in as we go into this building campaign. We also have received a lead gift, and our elders and some other leaders have given gifts. We've received about 40 gifts already, and so right now we have raised $1,011,020. That means and that means we'll give 10% of that away. So we'll give $100,000 to mission or to ministry, and that's a great start. But we still have a little ways to go on that. We've been given this place. We've given this place by those who've come before us. And so now we think it's time for us to take care of it. So both for our mission and ministry today, but also for the mission and ministry that will come in the next 30 years or the next 50 years in this place. So what should we do? First thing is to keep mission and ministry first. We're trying to be really clear in this campaign that if you have to make a choice between giving to the annual stewardship campaign that supports the mission and ministry and the building campaign, choose the annual stewardship campaign. That'll happen this fall. Mission and ministry need to come first. But many of us, and probably most of us, can do something more, especially if it's just for a year or two. I received a generous pledge yesterday from a high school student. What we hope you'll do is think about what kind of gift might be meaningful for you. We are going to pass out packets that have pictures and floor plans and explanations about what we're doing. I hope that there's also an invitation in there to come to a building tour, and I hope you'll do that sometime this summer. It's really helpful just to see things in person. And if for some reason you can't come to a building tour, then I'll be happy to come to you individually or to your small group and just talk about what we're doing and why we're doing that. Will also be a chance to get your input and to get your feedback. And then I hope you'll be generous. I hope you'll think about what might be a meaningful gift for you to be a part of this project. I hope you'll do your highest and your best as we try to serve God's mission in this place. I have been here about 3.5 years now. It's a little bit hard to believe. Many of you have been here much longer than that. But I have been here long enough to see that God is at work in this place, that God is changing lives in this place. Through our worship and our youth ministry and our children's ministry, through our service and our study and our support groups, through our fellowship, through shared meals, through funerals, through friendships, in many ways. God is at work in this place changing lives. And so it is a joy and a privilege to be a part of God's mission, to be a part of God's work in this place. It's also a joy and a privilege to give, to support this mission, and now to give to build a place for Westminster's community. As we start this campaign, I'd like for you to watch a brief video with 3 members of our church who have done this before. And so 3 members of the church who were around for that campaign 33 years ago, listen for why they gave then, and listen for why they continue to be eager and excited to give now.
There's an old saying that we all stand on the shoulders of others who have gone before us. And And that's certainly true here at Westminster.
John and I came to Greensboro in August of 1977, and we had decided we would visit every Presbyterian church in town. Westminster was the first one we saw, and it was quite small, and people were so friendly and so glad to see us. And we thought, well, this is a good start for us. And we just never got to another church, and that has been a long time ago.
We love the people here. They were kind and loving and very welcoming, but there was also a quiet resolve to follow God's will.
This congregation took us in. They taught us how to be grace-filled. They extended grace to us and taught us how to do that. We became family. They were here through thick and thin. I learned as a young mother what to do with my children from those who were older than I was. And I remember sitting on the steps of the chapel when the steeple came up on top of our new sanctuary here. And we all had our children there. And I thought, gosh, this is a legacy here. It's a place of grace. It's a place of faith. It's a safe place. It's a place that everybody has a place. And I'm glad to have found mine here.
And looking back, one of the things I really remember was how we managed to build our sanctuary and fellowship halls about 33 years ago. And we celebrated our 100th anniversary in our new building. And that was truly a special chapter in our church's history.
It's so exciting to look forward to the next years, and I'd love to see the ones after us coming up and taking leadership and bringing creativity and being a faithful congregation.
I love our emphasis on being all in. We know that God is all in for us through Jesus Christ. And now, as church members, we're being asked to be all in our worship and in our daily Christian living. And that's a wonderful challenge for us all.
Westminster is a generous church that's always been open to the will of God. And I think with this in mind that our possibilities are endless. The future is ours to build.